Hello and welcome to Market TV Show. Today is June 23rd, 2020. Take a look at the markets here. Since the last update, the market has been slowly climbing up a little bit. At least for the NQ, the technology sector has been the most bullish. Um, Looking at this right now, what we can see here is that there's a bit of a equal power on both from the sellers and the buyers, and we couldn't keep the new high today. And looking at QQQ, the ETF, you'll see a different picture. You see buyers were strong in the early session and then came back down as time went on, as we can see in the hourly section. Buyers come in, sellers come in, taking control back for a few hours, giving us a upside down called a shooting star almost. Those are usually a reversal candle type pattern. And from here, if we have a continued sell off tomorrow, and if it's a big one, then it will be the first target right here on the green line, the 20-day moving average. That will be your first support line. And I would, if I were playing this bounce, I would buy it there. But right now, I think it's better to be on the short side. You'll see what I mean here. When we look at ES, the broad market, SP500, it's a different picture than the technology. There is no new high. After this big drop, there's been green candles, red candles, green candles again, but everything was still trading within this big red candle. So all these are inside bars of this big red candle, except for this one, which poked out technically. But if you pay attention to these four candles today, you can see prices just can't get above this wall here. There's a lot of resistance here, and we're between support and resistance. Looking at SPY, the ETF version of ES, about the same picture. Not much to deduce here, only that we're seeing resistance over top, and not much no new information we can get out of this. Let's take a look at the individual sector. XLK, which is the technology sector, and you can see this is the upside down. This is the shooting star candle that I talked about, which is back in QQQ. We see that's closed green, but XLK closed red, indicating that there's definitely a weakness here with the buyers. Now, it doesn't mean that we are going down tomorrow. Of course, nothing is 100%, and but it does favor a downside for tomorrow, in my opinion. First target, definitely the green line here. Same like QQQ. It might take 2 days, maybe 3 days to get there, but look at how every time we got to the green line or close to it, we bounced. Right, every single time. Now, is this time we're gonna do it again? We might. We'll keep going up, or if we break the green line, first target, orange line, 50-day moving average, which is about 5% from the green line. Looking at XLF, the financial sector, weaker, much weaker picture than the technology. After the virus crash, we got the March low, and we've been slowly moving up on not a strong uptrend like technology, and now we're closing below the 20-day moving average again, like here. And we had a big flush here, reversed it, came back up, almost closing below, went back up, and now we're back down again. This could look like a bear flag. One could say that here's your pole, here's your flag, then we're going down about equal distance. If that were the case, that would support the sell-off that's maybe coming soon. Tomorrow will be key. If we have a big down day tomorrow, this I really see would come and test the 50-day again. maybe slightly cut under it, just like these other times here. Take a look at individual stocks. Apple, the biggest one in the technology sector. And as the saying goes, where Apple goes, the market goes. Here we go. We see about the same picture. Sellers come in near the end of the day, take prices back down. Now, if selling continues, then XLK, QQQ, the Nasdaq will go down, and it will also drag down the SP 500. So keep an eye on Apple. Look at Microsoft, the other big mega market cap, over $1 trillion. Also see a doji here. Now, Apple and Microsoft are the biggest, and technically Microsoft is not part of the FANG stock acronym, but it is definitely bigger in terms of market cap than, say, Netflix. So it is worth watching Microsoft. Where Microsoft goes and Apple goes, there goes the market. And right now, we see weakness. And so one thing to round off, you take a look at the VIX, the fear index. What has happened today compared to the other days? Today it closed sort of like a hammer, bullish. It would be better if it was green. So everything so far, as we saw from all the tickers, we've seen a shift in power from buyers to sellers from all on different pictures. Speaking of which, one last thing I want to point out is GLD, gold. Gold has been on a sideways trading range for about 66 days, and now just recently broke out and then held the high of the day. Now, after a big trading range, usually we start to trend, and it will trend pretty hard. The longer we go sideways, the bigger the trend, cause and effect. And if you look back on the big picture, where's GLD on the weekly time frame? We're going to be contesting with the all-time highs over here, or some of these highs first. This is a big resistance level right here. Sorry about that, right there. And then here's the all-time high. So from there, we got about 4% and then a 10% rise. All right, I hope you found it useful. Talk to you soon. Bye.